Yes, it's been a while, but I am back. Back for a Euro Fantasy 2024 video, doing a team selection, talking over all the player picks in the tournament. Hopefully, England players do really well and score lots of points. Definitely got to have them in our squad. Let's look at what other players we could have in our teams. I'll be talking through reasons why I have selected certain players, but I'm quite excited to play this game. It does look good. I've played since 2020 in Euro Fantasies, so let's get stuck into Euro 2024. So as you can see, my team is on the screen. I will go through all the picks and reasons why. But first, I've got an announcement to make. I am a first-time buyer. I've got my first ever home. The reason I'm telling you is because A, I'm happy. B, I'm even happier because it's got fast broadband. Something I've never had on the whole of my content journey doing this YouTube channel. It's always been with slow internet speeds. It's meant that I couldn't have guests on whilst doing live streams on matches and FPL points and things like that. So now, once I do move, I'll be able to do that. Obviously, it will take me a little while to settle, but once I do, I've got the broadband there to do the content that I'm actually passionate about. So I really cannot wait for that. But for now, we're here, Euro Fantasy 24. So let's go through my team and have a look at where we are. So we've got Sells in there for Belgium against Slovakia. There's whispers that Sells could be the starting goalkeeper and being ahead of, I can't think, Castells or something, who is 5 million. See, Sells is only 4 million here, so it'd be a great bargain for someone that starts for Belgium. Defensively, I don't know how great Belgium will be, but I'd like to think with their group, you know, Slovakia there, they've got Romania and Ukraine in there. They should be fairly okay. No group's easy, but out of all of the groups, when you're looking at that, and it is just a short tournament, then that looks good for a budget goalkeeper. So Sells is in. We'll wait for friendlies for the whole team to know who's playing, who's not. I've got a few picks in there, as you can see, like Jorginho, say. Mittelstadt should start, but once you see a few friendlies, we'll know more. That brings me on to good old Denzel Dumfries. Absolute fire. Playing for Inter Milan. He gets forward so well, and he plays in that very advanced role for Netherlands. On the right wing almost, really does go for it. 5.5 million, so a bit cheaper than what a lot of people have gone for is Van Dijk. People have gone for Van Dijk because he's on penalties, so they'll get extra points if he scores. My feeling is that in a group with Poland, France and Denmark, or is it Austria? Let's see. Austria. I got the badge right there. Yes. In a group with them, I don't think there'll be a lot of penalties won. So I think it's a bit of a big hoo-ha about nothing, basically, with Van Dijk. Van Dijk's still good attacking-wise when it comes to corners and free kicks. But for me, I'd rather go absolute attacking with Denzel Dumfries. Now, there's a question mark over him for me, and that is that Frimpong, off the back of a great season, could start instead of him. But Dumfries has been a key asset for Netherlands throughout a few tournaments now and qualification. Scores, assists. He was amazing in the last fantasy tournament I played. I'll be keeping my eye on the friendlies, like I said, to know whether Dumfries starts or not. But for me, yeah, if not, I'd probably go Theo Hernandez of France in there instead. But like I say, we'll be able to tell a lot more after the friendlies. Zinchenko is a budget pick for me. 5.5 million is not total budget, but for me, when I was looking at other players, I wasn't really that happy with them. Zinchenko, being an Arsenal supporter, I know all about him and what he can do. So he'll be quite comfortable in there, and I should think he'll be one of the names in the starting 11. Substitute that I can use. Wout Faes as well. Been playing in the Championship this season, doing really well there. I'd like to think after his nightmare Premier League appearances, he's learnt a lot since then. And again, budget 4 million. If he's playing in that group, perfect. So there we go. Moving into starting 11, I got a soft spot for Jordan Pickford, even though I would love Ramsdale in there. But Jordan Pickford, for me, I've used him in many tournaments. For England, I love the way he does his goal kick, sends them long, and he literally gets runners through on goal quite a lot. And obviously he's got the ability to save plenty of shots. But in that group for England, we've got Serbia, so that's Mr. Mitrovic up front, but I'd like to think England can keep Serbia quiet. Denmark and Slovenia. So that's quite a good group for England. And Pickford, I'd expect England to go far in this tournament, and that was my tactics last time, which I'd done quite well with, was to keep Pickford in there, and then when we did get our unlimited transfers and stuff like that later on in the tournament, then I just started building out more England players in there, in the defence. But for now, Mittelstadt, again, home advantage for Germany, Scotland, Hungary and Switzerland in the group. He's a starter. Absolute bargain. I think everyone will be raving about him at 4 million. If he's a starter, that's the way it's got to be. Just a quick word on dates and stuff on the matches. You see here, Mittelstadt, 14th of June. Then on my bench, I have Dumfries playing on the 16th of June. Because what you can do through this game is, say Mittelstadt plays on the 14th, then Dumfries outscores him. I can sub Dumfries in. Before he obviously plays. It obviously has to be prior to Dumfries' game, but say Mittelstadt had bad points, I'd be like, okay, let's give Dumfries a go to try and beat Mittelstadt's 2 points, and then Dumfries goes and just gets literally free. It's worked, hasn't it? But that's what you can do. So make sure in your starting lineup, all your dates, fixtures are here on the right, are the starters first that are playing on the first days of the tournament. All the ones playing later in the week, make sure they're on your bench and ready to bring in. DeMarco here for Italy as well. Really attacking defender there, and that's what I like with my defenders, especially in such a short tournament. So Albania, Spain and Croatia in their group for Italy. I fancy Italy to get out of this group. I think there's more experience there and togetherness than, say, Spain. Croatia, I think, have got a lot of experience, but have they gone too far with it? Are they too old now? For me, I think it's Italy tops the group, then Spain. But it will be between Spain and Croatia, obviously. So DeMarco in there. Now here's a pick that I absolutely love. João Cancelo. I love Portugal's group. Czech Republic, Turkey, or Turkey as I'll still call it and always will, and Georgia. So João Cancelo, we know all about him from his Man City days, and now he carries on doing that at Barcelona. Very, very attacking defender. Does well, and again, I love my defenders to be attacking. Into the midfield. Now, there is a question mark over Foden, but I feel like he's going to be on the end of a lot of things. Bellingham and Rice sitting behind and feeding him. I think he's going to be very advanced and going into the box a lot and getting the goals. I really do. But he's 9 million. A little bit steep. I could go for Bellingham, who is more of a budget option. And you know with Bellingham that he's going to get the minutes. And for me, Bellingham's an absolute baller. Even if he's sitting back a bit deeper, he carries the ball so well. He'll get lots of assists and let alone end up finishing some goals as well. But I just feel like Foden is explosive and he could get sort of 2 goals in a game. Gundogan I already talked about at the beginning, to be fair. Jorginho is a placeholder at the moment. I did used to like Verratti in there, but at 5 million I can't complain. His ball retention is good. In this Euro game, winning ball possession back can do wonders for points. You'd like players like Xhaka, Rodri. That's why I've got Jorginho here. Gundogan is also good for ball retention, so it's a way of getting extra points. And Jorginho might be on penalties just like Gundogan, so hopefully penalties will be extra points. Fernandes, if Ronaldo's not playing, he's on penalties again. As I spoke about with Cancelo, the group is very favourable. Czech Republic, Turkey, or Turkey, as I like to say, and Georgia. So Fernandes, he's an absolute beast. 9 million, yes, but I think he'll be involved in everything for Portugal, and I do love their group. And then the front three, I can't really go anywhere else. I did try, I thought Havertz, I thought he'll win penalties for Germany and all sorts, but no, for me, Lukaku's record speaks for itself, and again, it goes back to other fantasy games. He scores very well. In qualifying, he's absolutely tore it up. Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane absolutely speak for themselves as well. They're basically the three big hitters up top, and I think points-wise, they'll be absolutely slamming it in. I think my team is fairly balanced. Again, we will wait for the friendlies to be played. Foden might well change to a Saka, who is a 0.5 cheaper. Or I could go for Bellingham as well. That's my thinking so far. So question marks over Dumfries. If I think Dumfries is more likely to carry on being that positive player for Netherlands in the friendlies, then I will definitely be having him in. If not, Theo Hernandez. Jorginho, question mark. Foden, question mark. Everyone else for me is pretty much nailed in this team. Also, just to say, you get a limitless chip as well, which means that there will be, when you activate this limitless chip, there is no budget. So you don't have a budget, you've got a limitless budget. You can buy anyone. You can have anyone in your team for one match day. That's what the limitless chip is about. That's going to be an absolute fiery and fun chip to use when it comes to it. And you get the wild card as well, which helps you plan for when the teams are basically knocked out and the ones that progress. That's when you want to use your wild card. And that just about sums up this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been quite refreshing coming back. Please do smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. Thanks for watching.